What's up, y'all? It's your boy Allan Wade, King Allan Alexander on all social medias, and I'm here with a quick tutorial for you guys on the Silhouette Studio Designer Edition. I'm going to show you guys how to trace. This is an add-on to the other feature that I taught you guys how to use last time, but this time we're going to learn how to trace. And with those two skills, you should be golden, guys. I'm going to teach you some other stuff, but for right now, we're going to start off with these two. You should be golden. You should be well on your way to making shirts once you learn this skill right here. So pay attention. Let's dive into it. First, you got to go in and launch Silhouette Studio. Matter of fact, no. We're going to go to Safari first. Go to Safari. And when you're in Google, go to google.com and click images, right? Click images. And we're going to search for some images. Let's say we're going to search for a bee image, right? But we're going to look for cartoon bee. Cartoon bee. Here's one right there. And let's try to find a PNG. PNG means the background is transparent. We don't necessarily need a transparent background, but it just helps. So let me find one that would be easily traceable. All right, so you guys can see what I mean. This software is kind of intricate. All right, so for example, guys, trying to find one here that would be trace friendly. All right, I'm just gonna pick any of them now because it's getting kind of complicated. All right, I'm gonna pick this one right here. All right, you see that one? And see that line at the bottom right here? Yeah, you gotta wait till that goes away. So let me see if I can give you guys a for example. I clicked on it so I can go to the website. All right, so guys, say for example you want this, right? What you can do back here in the images, you can just, I'm on a Mac, so I just hold my finger on it and I drag it like that till I can see that, and then I double click. Excuse me, that's not my tutorial. Turn this off. Then I double click and I go to save image, right? And I save it to I'm saving it to my desktop, right? Use JPEG, right? So sometimes when you save an image like that, guys, it won't save. So I'm gonna show you a secret on a Mac to take a picture of the image in case you can't get the image, the JPEG or the PNG. You press Shift Command 4, right? You see how I brought up those crosshairs? So now what this enables you to do is basically take a picture of anything anywhere on the web that you can use. So I'm clicking, I'm holding, and I'm dragging down, and I'm capturing this, and I let go. You heard that? It took a picture, and that picture will go on my desktop. This is the first one right here, and the other one is going to appear on my desktop in a second. There it is right here. That's a screenshot, right? So you can do that to with anything. All right, so let's look for something else, guys. Bear cartoon. I don't know. This is okay. This is kind of complicated because when you trace this stuff, it gets kind of complicated. I want to show you. Let me show you something easy, like a shape, for example. Heart. Okay. All right. So here's a heart picture, and it's a PNG. So I go like this, and I save it. Save the image, just like I showed you guys, and I save it to desktop. All right. Use both. All right. Hopefully it will let me have that heart. Okay. We'll see. So anyway, quit Safari, and I'm gonna go and open up my Silhouette Studio, guys. Time to get in Silhouette Studio and show you guys how to trace. Install later, agree, quit. Okay, cool. So guys, like I said, this trace tool is really intricate, and it's once you start tracing different things, you'll see what you can trace, what you can't trace, and tricks to trace different things, guys. All right, so what we're going to do is we have our canvas right here, our cutting mat rather, and we're going to open, and we just open up that one of those pictures on the desktop, right? So first, we'll go to desktop, and we're going to go to the one that we tried to save the picture as first, the bumblebee, right? Let's see if it opens. All right, so it opened. It's a huge file, as you can see. So you just click on it, and you make it smaller. Click on, grab the corner and make it smaller again, right, till it's on there, the size, right? So it's not a PNG. The whole file is right here. So what we got to do to trace, guys, we got to go over here to this tool right here. That's the Open Trace panel. We click on it and we go right here to Select Trace Area. Click on that and it brings up some more crosshairs, right? So we go in the corner right here and we trace around the part. We trace around the part, drag around the part that we want to trace, right? So immediately you see that everything lit up. Okay, so let's go over some trace features right here, because this is actually perfect. It's a perfect illustration to trace, because it selected everything perfectly and it's all fine and we can trace it right now. But let me just remember my settings. 10 0 0 45. Okay, so we can do two. First, let's go over these two things. First, we can trace the outline. That's just the outline of the whole image, and we can increase the threshold and decrease the threshold, and you see what it's doing. This is what you want to play around with when you're trying to trace something and it won't quite trace it for you. You want to play around with threshold and the high pass and low pass and things of that nature, because on the scale of the trace, how thick you want to trace, see what it's doing. It's just tracing the outside of the image as opposed to the whole thing. All right, so those are things you want to trace. All right, so you can just trace the outer edge, and obviously it would just trace the outside of it, and you can trace and detach. You can trace the whole thing and detach like part of the image. But for the most part, you're going to be tracing solid, guys. This, for the most part, is what you're going to be dealing with right here. All right, so let's go ahead and trace it. And like I said, these four things are what you want to play with when it's hard for you to trace something. Okay, so let's just click trace, and it already traced it. So you're going to click on your image and drag away and see what's left. This is your silhouette cameo file, guys. All right, so I'm going to leave this image right here for a second to show you guys what I'm talking about when I say it's difficult. Okay, so when you color things in the Silhouette Cameo 3, you color things by what you select. And as you can see, when I select this, the whole thing gets selected. So if I go over here, right, and I try to color this like I showed you guys last time in the last tutorial, then you can see everything gets colored in, right? And this is pretty close to what we got here, minus the yellow bumblebee. So let's try to get it to look like exactly like what it is. All right, so what I want to do is, I can't select this part individually because it's all together, right? So let me try to see what I can do here. I can select this, and I'm just freestyling this, guys. So I can select this and I can release compound path, and that makes everything that color. So I'm going to grab this right here, which I think is this part, and I'm going to trace that, make that color, make that color, make this that color, no, make this color, make this white, this white, this white, this white, and we pretty much got it looking exactly like what it is, guys. Now I select everything, and then I push weld up. See what that did? Now that's what happened when you click weld. So I'm gonna Command Z to undo that, and instead of clicking weld, I'm gonna click group. All right, so that grouped everything together. Now I can bring everything together. So now, guys, now we got our thing that we got offline, because this is not a file that the Silhouette Studio recognizes. This is. So when I go to send this to be cut, I can go to cut it by fill, and you see I got 3 colors. So I can undo this, and I got 3 colors that I can cut. I can cut the yellow. See the yellow's outlined right there, right? So I got that part that I can put on my shirt or whatever I'm putting it on. Then I click this part, and it highlighted the white. You can't really see it. And I can click this part, and it'll trace out the black. But what's interesting is, and what you got to keep mind of, is you see how the black is traced out without these inside lines right here. So it's just going to trace out the whole, cut out the whole black thing. So you're going to have all this is going to be black. And then you're going to have to put your white over top of it and your yellow over top of that. All right, so you got to keep mindful of that. That's because of the way I grouped it together. There is a way that you can cut out the individual shapes so it won't cut these. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I go back in design, and I hope I'm able to do this, guys. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to ungroup it. All right, so now I got everything separate. So I'm going to, let me see if I can. All right, so I click right here, right, on this part, and I can go right here to the modify panel, and then I can click subtract. But let me show you what it is before I hit subtract. If I move this, see underneath it is black. So like I said, if I cut that shape out, if I cut the black fill out, it's going to be cut out a whole big black spot. But let me Command Z to move that shape back. But if I select this, right, and select this shape right here, and I go subtract, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, it's okay. Let me see what happened. Now it cut out that shape. See what I mean? It cut out that shape. So I got to do this to all these layers, right? Click all these other layers and click this black layer and then subtract all. Now all these layers should be see-through. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say now? All these layers are see-through now. So that's another way you could do it. So you don't have to put vinyl on top of vinyl. If you guys are understanding what I'm saying. I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. So now if I go send, and if I select just the black layer because I'm cutting by fill, now it has all the lines from the inside selected. So when you get your cut, you're gonna have to weed out the where it's not black. You're gonna have to weed. That's the part where you weed out where it's not black, and you just lay your colors on the inside of that. You lay down a black layer first, then you put down your white, then you put down your yellow as you're heat pressing it. All right, so guys, I hope this was helpful, guys. Let me just to show you guys, let me grab that heart because we did grab a heart, but you know, I just grabbed that to show you something, to show you how easy it is to trace something like this. All right, so boom, you got that. Trace, select trace area, boom. So easy. That's why you want to stick to like solids and stuff like that, because look how easy that was. No type of special manipulation. Color that red, and then you can Command C to copy and take that over here. Command V, and you can have like a heart B or something like that. You can do something like, watch this real fast. Real design element real fast. Put this over here. Did I group this? Oh no, I didn't. Hold on. Let me group this first. So I'm gonna group this. Boom. Double click group. Right. So now I go like this, and I go like this. Right. So I select, grab that, and I put that at the bottom. Now you got a B heart or something like that. I don't know, something weird. And what you can do is you could actually just design it on the fly. You could actually cut this out of the heart, right? So if I select both of them and I go to this tool, subtract, right? Now I got the cutout of the B, but that's horrible cutout. Oh gosh. But if I wanted to, I can go in here and I could just you know, I can erase all of that with my eraser tool if I wanted to clean it up. And you'd have to make this bigger so you could do it very intricately. And you can see I'm getting some of the sides here. You'd be more careful that you won't get the sides, and you can clean that up. Or the reason why I did this, guys, is because the trace isn't perfect. So it's hard for me to explain, but when you start using this more, you'll understand that these little jagged edges on the traces, they actually mean something. The jagged edges. And I just messed up, so I Command Z'd it. Command Z, that's the undo. I'm just intricately deleting all the access crap. So if you wanted to, you can make your heart with this cutout right here, something like that. Design something on the fly, and then now you got your B heart. I don't know, just something weird. Put it back in place, you know, and there you go. And you can send, and you can cut that by fill. Now you got the red, right? And it's just gonna cut out this with the shape of the B. Then you can cut out your black, right? You can cut out by color, or you can cut it out by simple, and that'll cut out every single shape. But if you put one color in there, that color is gonna be like, it's gonna be too much to weed. It's gonna be weird, and you'll see why you would weed it by color and why you prefer weeding it by color. All right, guys, it's your boy A-Dubb. I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned a little something, and I hope that you know, it's just with these two basic things, this tutorial and the one that I had before this one, you guys should be well on your way to making shirts. And there's plenty of text available in Design Studio, but you guys should be you know, if the text that you're using is not available, you can do something in Photoshop and bring that text in from Photoshop and trace that text. And you should be playing around with different images and seeing what you can do with the merge and the, you know, the group and the you know, all these different tools that I'm showing you guys. As I'm teaching you one thing, I'm using other tools, so you guys should be able to build. And you guys should, just with these two basic skills, how to trace, and I forgot what the other video I did was, but because I did a few more, to be honest. But I didn't post those yet. I'm not gonna post them. I'm gonna post them, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna build on top of this. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then make sure you subscribe, and you'll be able to learn more how to do this, use this silhouette, this studio design software, guys. It's your boy, King Allan Alexander, on all social medias, Allan Wade in real life. I hope this was helpful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, share it with your friends. And it's your boy, man. I'm out here to teach you, give you nothing but knowledge so you can make that money. We're gonna make money this year, y'all. So it's your boy, I'm out. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?